I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Captain America Brave New World's worldwide box office week 2 drop. So Captain America Brave New World is the 35th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Feels like just yesterday this universe started back in 2008 with the release of Iron Man. And since 2008, the MCU has had highs and lows, and we are currently at a low point right now. So this was a movie, as we've talked about in plenty of our videos here on the channel, where it's, reconstructed more than once. Syphax mentioned on the videos, multiple writers, Gray has mentioned in videos as well when he's here, multiple reshoots happening, name changes constantly. But this movie did end up coming out. And hey, and what did we say? We called it. Hey, what do we say? Even if it does well opening weekend, doesn't matter. Because if you use the actual rumored budget, $350 million, it was going to flop no matter what. It would have to literally reach like $900 million to even just break even potentially, or profit. That's debatably, give or take, marketing budget attached to it, right? If you use the budget they gave us, which was 180, you screwed either way. To make break even money, it's like what, 430 to break even? Oh, it's certainly not hitting that, right? And to actually hit profit, probably get about a good like $700 million. It's not hitting that. Either way, movie was screwed. Whether you talk about the rumored budget or you talk about the one that they gave us, it doesn't matter. This movie's not making the studio any profit. Not this break-even bullshit these shills are telling you. This company, Disney, wants to make money, moolah. They want to be rich. Yeah, none of us like, hey, let's say all three of us get into a business together at the end of the year. Hey, sir, MSK, Big Daddy, Rizmaster, we make $0.00. Would you like to do business with me? I would be like, no, fuck that shit, because that's not making me money. The only reason why they do movies like these is to make money, because at the end of the day, if you made millions and millions of dollars, that would be justifiable to do these kind of things. But they're not making millions. They're actually bombing at the box office. And we're going to show you this, guys, right here. This movie also hit another low in the weekend 2 drop for the MCU. This is apparently the third highest drop for an MCU movie as of week 2.
Well, that's only so far. The future is wide open. That's only the record so far. But you don't think that Disney is going for the love of the game? Like perhaps they just
I don't
want
think
to
they're
entertain?
making these movies because they love us. I think they want to make money, Gray.
This thing has the same problem that most Marvel movies have been doing, which is there's no rewatchability in it. Like even if you see it one time and you're like, I didn't hate it, there's no way you're going back the next week or the next day. You're just like, I've seen it once. I'm good. I never have to see that movie ever again. Like stuff like Endgame or Infinity War. Once I saw it, I was like, dude, I want to watch this again in theater. I want to see that that level of epicness on here again while I still can. This movie, no, I was like, once you even watch it one time, you're like, I wish I didn't even go see it.
You didn't find Captain EBT, Captain African America, Captain didn't stay there for his kids, Captain Watermelon, Captain Cornbread. You didn't
Captain Blafrican? No.
Yeah. See, and this is the thing. On Valentine's Day, I took my wife out. I drove her to the movie theater in my Lamborghini. Obviously, I'm very, very filthy rich, and we went and saw a more successful black man on screen than me.
You're rich too? I mean, I believe you're filthy, but rich.
And then we came home. We had some hot banging sex. We did all kinds of positions. Backdoor was given up, when I asked for it, because, I'm top G. But speaking of black man giving it up at the box office, so I know you guys are used to us using like certain outlets. And the reason why I use certain outlets over other ones is because their articles are just better laid out, and it gives us more conversation. Usually I don't like using Forbes because it's not really much meat on the bone, but given the websites I wanted to use for the video didn't have the updated information, I thought, you know what, fuck it. We'll just use Forbes and Paul Tassi. What a fucking loser that guy is. But nevertheless, Captain America Brave New World has the MCU's third biggest second weekend drop. It's not, sorry. I'm not necessarily going to fault Captain America Brave New World for this specifically. This is why I hate this guy. This is the movie's fault. It's failing. Who else are you going to blame? Beside Disney, who made it?
Well, I mean, it is being released in
There's
February.
the audience. They can always blame the audience.
Well,
because of
not,
course.
because
Traditionally,
those,
some of the
right?
highest grossing movies are not thrown at the like beginning quarter of the year.
Yes.
So that does have something to do with it. It was delayed a couple different times, so that has a little something to do with it. And then, it wasn't advertised the greatest. They kind of gave everything away in that trailer. I think you could have left a little bit more mystery as to what's going on, but I don't know. It's not all the movie. There is some other factors that go into it, but man, it has to take the brunt of it.
You know what's crazy is that he says, I'm not necessarily going to blame Captain America Brave New World, then proceed to blame it. Oh, God, fucking hell. But yeah, as Greg Gray said, this is what I really hated about the movie. And it's nothing on the movie itself. It's more like they revealed everything in the trailers, like that movie Trap from M. Night Shyamalan, came out last year. Everything in this movie is in the trailers. I promise you guys, there is no genuinely wow moment outside of Bucky being in a cameo appearance in the beginning of the third act. Literally outside of that, there's no wow factor here. You saw everything in the trailers. Go watch the trailers. You saw the damn movie. So I fucking hate movie trailers now. They just reveal everything. 2-minute, 30-minute fucking 2-minute, 30-second fucking trailers. Are we kidding?
The art of trailer making is dying. That's why when something even comes out like 28 years later, like that trailer, awesome trailer. It's so rare we get something like that. But they've been doing this a lot. I mean, everyone talks about how bad trailers are, but it's like even stuff like what was that movie Abigail with the vampire chick, the vampire ballerina? It's like why give that away? Like I remember I showed that movie to my mom. She had no idea what it was. She doesn't watch this stuff, and she was blown away by her becoming a vampire because she had no idea what was going on. And it was like, see, that's the kind of reaction you want out of people. You want to see that, like, oh shit, she's actually the vampire. But it's like when they not only do they give it away on the poster, they give it away in the trailer. Like, come on, man, you guys got to stop.
Uncle Pops give it away, the promotional material. Yeah, I understand. Yep, but it's another headline that is not terribly positive, though. Part of a recent trend with this current phase of Marvel movies. While Captain America Brave New World was still #1 at the box office this weekend because there was nothing else coming out. Literally the only other movie coming out is Monkey Man and the movie with Woody Harrelson, Last Breath. That's the only other movies coming out. So people said this was only going to make money because there's legitimately nothing else that can really compete with it. And keep in mind, even with nothing able to compete with it, it's still failing.
Yeah, it has like a month on its own. Like as like this is the first blockbuster movie of the year, and it has like a month-long reign that it should have almost the top billing marquee for about a month, a little over a month. The next one is going to be until Snow White. So it's like
Snow Brown.
That's not exactly.
Although that's going to make.
It'll do this. Right? It'll probably do the same thing as this, where it's like the first weekend because people are curious, and then that thing's gonna have like an 85% drop.
Oh God, man! While Captain America: Brave New World was still #1 at the box office this weekend with $28.3 million, that represents a 68% drop from the previous weekend. So what that means right there is basically, as you guys know, with big blockbuster tentpole movies like these, everyone that wants to see them, or like at the beginning, goes and sees them. Then what ended up happening is word of mouth travels. So you tell a friend, Sci-Fi would tell his mom, Gray would tell his wife would talk to her sister. You see how that generates word of mouth, right? Then if the word of mouth is good, the repeat viewings will be there in a higher number. But if the repeat viewings are bad because of bad word of mouth, then you're not going to have it, obviously, right? Because word of mouth must have been so unbelievably bad about this movie, it would cause that drop. And it's happened with a lot of the other MCU movies that have not had good word of mouth, honestly. Which, as of right now, is the third biggest drop behind 2 MCU disappointments, though Brave New World's early haul has already completely surpassed one of them, the Marvels. The second, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, will no doubt be next in the coming weeks here. That drop is significant, however, and while nothing is as bad as the Marvels, that really was a solid movie. You sure, I didn't see it, but awesome, cool, I guess. Fucking
It was
hell, man.
terrible. Black girl magic. Like,
we're like, whatever. It's fine. It's all subjective. Fucking no. Keep your movie opinions to yourself, I guess. Guys, I'm a connoisseur of pornography. I'm joking here. The Marvels, 78% week 2 drop. That's actually, I still think the highest one so far. That's even higher than Morbius. Morbius had 71. This had 78. That's bad. Ant-Man 3, 69.
Does the Morbius include both of the releases or just the one?
From what I remember, they didn't have the second one, but I remember the first time around it was 71 or 72%.
It's still so funny that the internet bullied them into re-releasing it because
and then they said
they are.
It's a meme now. You got to re-release it.
Remember what happened after? They're like, we didn't re-release it because the internet said
it made
so.
like 700,000 or something, or like it. Just like, oh god!
Only movie to come out to bomb twice. Good job, Sony. Only you could have that record. Captain America: Brave New World is the third because you have Black Widow. This is also disgusting right now for Captain America: Brave New World. Black Widow had a day and date release date. I think it's the only MCU movie that had a day and date release date up to this point. All 35 of them. And Brave New World still beat that. That's horrible. Love and Thunder, these are all bad. These are all kind of like not good, but these are all the weekend drops.
The two lowest ones, I don't know. It was creating the whole thing. Like the world wasn't quite there yet. We had Iron Man, First Avenger, and Thor. Fair enough. It still needed to create a groundswell. People weren't ready for comics.
Love and Thunder, I understand why that fell off. Black Widow, I understand. Multiverse of Madness, I understand. Most of these movies, like these right here, have all like that hype factor going into them. Oh, well, let's see what's going to happen. It's like, no. These ones, these actually turn out to be decent movies. These two. Homecoming is, yikes. Good Lord. Eternals, sucks ass. What's the pattern? 7 of those. The bottom 7 were all in post-Endgame era of the MCU, which does indeed indicate flagging interest in the universe over time, with some expectation.
Post Endgame clarity. I'm just saying.
I like that one. Okay. Fist bump, bro. With some exceptions, Spider-Man: No Way Home, Deadpool and Wolverine, there are a number of box office misses in there too, like the Marvels and Quantumania and Eternal. So let's talk about that here. This is something that I've talked about for a while. So I think it's two combination of problems. I think that the MCU putting out repeatedly not good movies, or at least not as good as they were perceived back in the day, causes this. I do think it's caused because they really don't have any plans for this multiverse saga, that they announced was the name of this saga back at the 2022 Comic-Con. Also, I just think the fact that superhero movies, people don't really want to admit this, but they've kind of lost they're not the new hot girl on this at the school anymore. They're not the new girl on the block anymore. People have kind of gotten a little tired of these. I'm not saying superhero fatigue is as bad as people make it out to be, or as good as people make it out to be. What I'm saying is all of these are contributing factors, every single one of them. I think people could be tired of bad MCU movies, and that just caused them fatigue to the point where they don't give a fuck anymore.
Explain to me Wolverine, Deadpool. Like, okay, so if we have superhero fatigue, that's one of the oldest running superheroes. I guess because of that movie, now Blade is older than Wolverine, but or longer running. But I'm just saying, like, how come everybody flocked to see that when they're classic ones, when it's a joke of it, as opposed to this? Like, maybe it's just not.
I would say when
good.
you care about
it's a quality thing,
Wolverine, right? Like, I would say the vast majority of people care about Deadpool and Wolverine to see them on screen compared to like some of the characters here, and not like phase 1 or phase 3. Like, they've been putting out movies for characters that no one even gives a flying fuck about, and not even just on that level, more like so unknown, it would be like, how are you going to generate interest for that character? Like Deadpool and Wolverine, well, they're characters that can generate interest from people because they're very, very popular. And I'm not saying you always got to do popular characters, but that's kind of the result you get. If you're putting out a bunch of movies with a bunch of butt-fuck nobodies, you're probably going to get a bunch of butt-fuck nobody results. What happened with the Marvels? The Marvels had 2 nobodies in there. Well, Marvel tries to make her somebody, but she's never been. Photon, you know. And also the problem with some of these shows, it's not just superhero movie fatigue. The MCU puts out bad shows too. A lot of people watch the shows, and those are awful. Those also would definitely contribute to people not liking the MCU much. Moon Knight, What If, Hawkeye, WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, all the shows they've released. Secret Invasion, Echo.
Okay, so Secret Invasion really sucks, but there are some what ifs that were really cool, and it's kind of the only way that you would get to do some of those things. Like the zombies episode is pretty awesome, and then they were able to expand it.
Don't they get like less than like 100,000 views on those?
Yes,
so nobody really.
They're not great. Like they're not popular, but man, they are better than a lot of the other shit. Like I think somehow She-Hulk got a shitload more views. It does not deserve it compared to like a lot of those what ifs. It is many tiers below that. But they're not all firing on every cylinder.
I know you liked X-Men 97. That show.
Oh, dude, that is not included in the same thing.
Oh no,
that is its own entity.
No, I was saying the previous shows, how bad they were, impacted that show's viewership. Because why would you check that out if the other stuff isn't good? You know, it's like all of this stuff has a domino effect. If you have consistently bad stuff over time, people at one point will check out. I know people don't agree with that, but every genre, every franchise, every thing in cinema, TV shows have this too. A TV show, when it's first popular, will not be as popular as it is when it's over, you know? Well, for most of the time. They're very, very popular shows, obviously break that mold, but the MCU is just not as interesting as it once was, and that would cause people to not care about it anymore. I mean, like you said earlier, you are going to have nuggets in there, like Deadpool, Wolverine, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Guardians 3. You will have nuggets in there, but outside of those nuggets that come out that are golden nuggets, you're going through like a shithole fucking sewer here to get to those nuggets. It's like
people so many nugget analogies. Is everything nuggies with you, sir?
You said you get paid in nuggets, whatever. It's okay, but. Good God. Captain America Brave New World.
He knows how to make.
hey. I know how to make some bomb-ass. I'll try that one. Captain America Brave New World did in fact surpass initial expectations in its opening weekend. Didn't matter, though. It didn't matter if it did. And keep in mind, it only surpassed it by like 10 million. It was projected 180. Guys, I shit you not, it made 190. Congratulations. 10 million over. Oh, fucking
It did better than I predicted. Apparently I'm not as
million.
Yeah. What can I say? I was trying to give it what it deserved, which was the initial budget that we were told, because remember the reshoots were told were 100 million and the full budget is 180. So apparently 80 was the initial budget. So I just wanted them to make that much back.
You weren't. Yeah. And in its opening weekend, and I don't think it will be considered a true flop. You're retarded, Paul. Paul, you're fucking stupid. You're dumb. Oh God, this guy is so fucking actually stupid.
These people are idiots, man. The people trying to defend this stuff, it just blows my mind how dumb.
Remember what he said? It wasn't Captain America Brave New World's fault. Beginning of reading this, as he proceeds to just blame it. What in the fuck? Oh, Paul. Oh, you dumb fuck. When all is said and done, but it is certainly the steep drop-off club that so many post-Endgame movies occupy. Why do most post-Endgame movies occupy this slump you listed here? Keep in mind, these two don't really count building the universe. And keep in mind, these two movies are way better than a lot of this stuff up here. Like I'll rewatch either of these before I watch any of these, honestly. Post-Endgame movies, Marvel's, Great City liked it. I guess most people said it sucked.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a double Dutch scene, that is your movie right there. You've got Beastie Boys in the background. You've got, 3 girls, 2 ropes. It's great. What can I say?
Oh, shit.
Ropes. Jump ropes. It's double Dutch. Sorry.
Ant-Man 3 sucks donkey ass. Brave New World, about as mid as Shang-Chi is. Black Widow, about as mid as Shang-Chi is. Thor: Love and Thunder, absolutely one of the worst. This is top 2 worst movies they've ever put out. I'm not kidding. This movie sucks ass. Multiverse of Madness, completely just mid or bad, average meh.
It sucks. There's elements in there. Like, I'm not going to defend any of these. They're not my favorite. But, man, when they finally let Raimi be Raimi in there, like, there's some cool scenes. But it doesn't equal a good movie. Eternals,
well, that's, like, the worst one they've ever put out. So that's not... And Homecoming, to be fair, this is post-Endgame. So you safe there, Homecoming. I could destroy you if I want to with my hands. But it's just... post-Endgame, the movies have just gotten significantly worse. That's just kind of what it is, honestly. I expect something similar will happen with Thunderbolts this spring. Not that the film will be bad again. The Marvels wasn't, I guess. But because Lord Paul. Oh, Paul, you're so stupid. But because it just does not have that many big character draws outside of Bucky and most of the team, it's the non-Black Widow cast of Black Widow. We'll see what it does at the box office, but I'm not sure the general public will be all that interested. Yeah, no one, people need to also understand this too. Just because the MCU put out random underrated characters that popped up before does not mean they could ever keep doing that. For one, you won't always be able to do that. It's like that rookie thing that happens in sports where like a coach will put in a rookie and it'll be like, oh man, this rookie popped off. I did a great job here with this rookie. Okay, try that like with 10 other rookies to see if that works. It won't. There's like, just because something happens one time does not mean it will always consistently happen. They just did very well with it. So that's why it worked out for them. But that's really not always going to happen. No one knows Thunderbolts. No one gives a fuck about Thunderbolts. Sorry. This is how it is. The only way that movie makes money is if it's good. If it actually has decent word of mouth and has rewatch value, which we know through the past Endgame movies has not been the case. But yeah, Gray, Blade, Poupée, how you feeling about the Captain America Brave New World's big MCU drop? Your favorite movie of the year currently. You like it over
really? You can't come up with anything? It's like there's something that came out this year.
Best movie that came out this year so far has been Companion. That's the best movie so far.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
So Brave New World's better than Companion. We heard it here first from Sci-Fax. There we go.
So I am not hearing good things, but I'm still looking forward to The Monkey. Didn't get a chance to see it this last weekend, but
it was
dude knows how to set a tone. So we'll see. I've heard it is not effective for a lot of people, but fair enough. I am actually excited for those. This one I couldn't give a crap about. Like the more and more I hear about it, it was like, okay, well, we've got a new writer on. We're testing it, and it was horrible. So now we're going into reshoots. We're going to rewrite a whole bunch of things. Hey, guess what? Giancarlo Esposito's in it now. You're going to love that. He's in everything good. I don't know. For him being Hollywood's good luck charm, I have no idea how he was managed to be in two kind of horrible films, kind of back to back. But Megalopolis and then this, man, his flawless record is kind of fallen off, which sucks. That dude needs to be a little bit more choosy, I guess. But hey, if they asked me to be in the MCU, I'd basically play anyone. So I don't know.
Like, here's $5 million. You want to be here for 10 minutes? Yeah, be right there.
Just act with no practical and act around no practical sets and simply just be around a bunch of green screens. I'm not kidding. The only real part in Brave New World toward the end were the fucking rose petals. Those were real or fake or whatever. They actually built that. Whatever they did.
They were real.
They were real.
Oh man, they looked so CGI. It looked worse than like the feather in Forrest Gump. But
oh god,
fair enough. What can I say? There's a couple of things that they set up that are kind of cool, but man, it is just not a good film. It feels like there's a bunch of ideas that just nothing was followed through on and just mashed together into this thing.
That's what I said
when you think about the other Captain America movies, you learn who Captain America is. He has some sort of actual arc for the character. What is his arc in this one? It's essentially, I don't feel worthy for the shield. I don't feel worthy for the moniker. We literally just got a whole show about that. Like it's just a regression. It doesn't feel like it's something new where we got to see this kid who is not the toughest, not whatever, but he's the bravest. He's willing to jump on that grenade. You see why he takes the thing. And then you've got his whole progress in this person from the past, a relic in the modern world. In the next one, you've got him confronting Bucky, his former friend. And what does this mean? There's a lot of growth for that character there. And then in the Civil War, you've got him actually thinking which side he's going to be on, and he's willing to lay down the shield and actually do something that he believes in. This one, there's nothing. It's the exact same arc. Like every other character gets so much more of an arc. I don't know why they called it a Captain America film. For calling it that, they just gave him the worst progression out of anything.
Yeah, nothing really comes about it. You don't really learn anything new about him. What was the one thing that they said? Is just like, oh yeah, you don't need to take the serum because you're being a role model for people. It's like that comes with the name Captain America alone. Like why Why does it matter?
But
Like,
that was all over the show too, and there they
exactly.
had a much more effective thing with the U.S. agent. Essentially, like he was willing to take the secret serum, and
Captain
is he going to
America
live
was
up to it?
denied a
Does he?
bank loan. Like,
Yeah, like it's just I don't know. It feels like it's regression, but they keep going back, and everyone's just talking in exposition. I don't know, man. It feels like it's a very empty film, which sucks. I really hate agreeing with MSK, but sadly, I think I have to here. When I'm thinking of ones that have rewatch value, this one is not coming to mind.
That's
I can't see any reason to watch it. I guess it sets up Adamantium. Ooh, wow,
Ooh,
great.
Wolverine. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's one of those things where I know, like, the more I thought about it at work today, before I told you guys the topics for the show and I DM'd it to you, it's like I'm being honest. I do mean this. I didn't hate when I left the theater after I watched it, but I just felt like really hollow. Like the movie, in my opinion, should have just carried on the relationship between Falcon and Bucky. Bucky should have just been there with him. Would have made a lot more better of synergy for the movie, like a lot better duo to follow. And then would it have made it a whole better experience? No, but would have been better than seeing fucking tamale quesadilla Falcon. Like
I thought it was funny that that the only thing I've heard people try to defend about it is the adamantium thing, because they're like, oh well, that means it can bring in the mutants, and I'm like, clearly nobody watched Miss Marvel, which is fine. That show's not good, but she's a mutant.
Yeah.
They explain her
Well,
powers
and
because she's
that was the big reveal of that show. Yeah, yeah, it was, yeah. Fucking
Also,
hell,
the hidden scene
they already
there,
exist.
Kelsey
Yeah.
Grammer's back, baby. But they had a chance to make somebody a mutant in this one, and they completely backtracked on it because people were protesting that Sabra character. So she is the Israeli superhero, but she's supposed to be a mutant. So they just completely changed that.
Yeah, like
And she's just a Black Widow.
She clearly has superpowers, but it's like because she's throwing people around like they're nothing, and she's like 95 pounds. But they were like, no, she's just a Black Widow. That's how good she is. And it's like, that's such a stupid. You just give her powers, man. So some of this makes sense. Just
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
that other useless thing in the movie, Black Widow, the one that literally can't act, less for some reason actually fights worse. Why was she there? She just looked. Oh, it's a Black Widow. Okay,
Dude, she looks
cool.
like a walking bobblehead too. Like it doesn't help.
Like even Yelena, the fucking Black Widow's sister, has more charisma on screen than that lady did. I mean, hey, it's Florence Pugh. She can definitely convince people that of her acting is just holy crap. Yeah, I could see why people didn't go back to rewatch this. There's the whole movie spoiled in the trailers. All the trailers spoil it. There's really nothing that interesting in it. This movie was supposed to convince you that Sam Wilson could be the Captain America you could kind of get behind and support, and well, it's not like it. Didn't happen, you know? But yeah, forgot. Cyfax, what were your closing thoughts on why the movie failed week 2?
Well, I kind of already said them with the whole there's no rewatchability, which is a lot of things with a lot of Marvel movies. Like once you've seen it one time, you do not need to rewatch it. It doesn't progress anything. There's no even if you watch it, you're not like, oh man, afterwards you're like, dude, I can't wait to see the next thing, or it set up something cool for the future. There's none of that there at all, other than I guess maybe the adamantium thing. If that's the only thing that's there, who cares? Like it's a nothing burger type thing. So I don't see this I don't see this coming back, you know, like Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, people kind of fell off because how badly received, even though it did decent amount of money for what's it called, Doctor Strange 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like then that, you know, people were like, well, yeah, it made a lot of money, but the movie's not that great. So
and then the tax documents came out,
off.
and it was proven that they were lying about it. So essentially,
Yeah,
didn't
so
need
it
expectations
kind of
either. Yeah,
like it made like nothing on top of that. So it's crazy.
we just have Thunderbolt and Fantastic
There's just no
Four.
reason to watch it. It's
Show this.
a waste of time. It's a
It
waste.
could have
of
been
money.
a cool movie. Like Carl Lundley is pretty awesome. Like he was kind of the heart of this thing. I would want to see him battle Harrison Ford Hulk. Like that actually might make sense. He's got the super serum. Maybe he's got to like, you know, get his groove back. That could be a really awesome film where you got like two older gentlemen battling it out with superpowers. That could be the shit.
Cool to see him throw on like a Captain America suit or something like because technically wouldn't he be one of the originals, you know?
He should be.
Yeah. So to not do that was also stupid, but whatever.
It just feels like a waste of every character, which sucks.
Pretty much.
WZ. I know I usually don't go over comments for these kind of videos, but we have there's just Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four until you get to Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars are the only movies they're going to be releasing in 2026, 2027. So hopefully the last two movies won't leave such a fucking distasteful shit stain in your mouth after they're over. I mean, Thunderbolts looks like it'll be better, but I don't know. Fantastic Four, hopefully it'll surprise.
I know people who've already seen it, and they say that it's at least fun. That's all they've said about it. They're like, it's fun. You might have a good time watching it, but they didn't say it was good. They just said it's fun.
That doesn't leave me hope at all. That actually probably means it's slightly better than this. That's not good. That's bad. Oh, good Lord. The fact that I have to bank on a Fantastic Four movie saving my soul for the MCU in 2025 kind of feels like what DC went through back in 2023, where all their movies that came out, every single one of them, well, I only saw 2 of them, but they were bad. So I was like, you know what? Fuck the rest of these. But yeah, Captain America Brave New World, completely actually just bombing in week 2. The movie won't make profit for the studio. It's over at this point. Yeah, turns out people don't want to see Black Captain America. How about just recast Steve Rogers? Give us the real looking Captain America. You know, the white one. You know, Sam, give us Steve Rogers, who is Captain America. Just recast him. Do it, Marvel. Steve Rogers probably isn't coming back. We'll have to see how that goes, right? But yeah, give me the white man in. Just leave it to the white man to save Marvel. But yes, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we are going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace.